Somebody's walking up there. Everyone's sleeping.
What's going on?
Dude, it's going off like crazy. There's something evil in this house.
Lizzie Borden took an axe and gave her mother 40 whacks. When she saw what she had done, she gave her father 41.
On August 4th, 1892, Lizzie's father and stepmother were both murdered in cold blood by the hands of someone using an axe. Lizzie Borden was the prime suspect, but was later found innocent in a court of law. They say the Lizzie Borden house is haunted by the same evil that was there on August 4th. Till this day, these murders remain unsolved. Join us tonight while we investigate the house where these crimes took place to seek out answers in the Lizzie Borden house.
This is Andrew and Abby's room, aka the master bedroom. This is where James and I are gonna be spending the night tonight. It's almost like 2 rooms. I wanted to show you around while I have the opportunity throughout the whole house, because in a little bit they're gonna be closing this door and we won't be able to go in there because this is a bed and breakfast. Now right now they're doing like a tour, so they're gonna be going through our room. We're gonna do an investigation though in this room, also down in the, the main part where Andrew was murdered. I'm gonna show you here in a second where Abby, the stepmother of Lizzie Borden, was murdered. There's even some crazy pictures. Let's go. Now this room to our right was the room of Lizzie Borden. And oh gosh, that scared me. There's some pictures of Lizzie. That scared me. It's pretty creepy in here. What up, James?
What's up, man? John Moore's bedroom right here.
I wanted to show you these pictures here. Right there is Abby Borden. Pictures of, her body, her dead body. And you can see that that dresser, which I am told is not this actual dresser. They did a great job to redo what it looks like. I mean, it's spot on. I almost thought it was the original one, but I'm hearing that it's not. I mean, like right where we're standing, this is where the body of Abby Borden was found. This is where she was attacked with the axe or hatchet 19 times. That's pretty gruesome. If you see here in the reflection of the mirror, you can actually see the camera on a tripod.
I think that's Lizzie's and this was Emma's.
Emma was Lizzie's older sister. In fact, when Emma was just 12 years old, Lizzie was 2. She had, she was 10 years older. Emma promised her mom on her deathbed that she would look after Lizzie for the rest of her life, and almost so Lizzie, growing up, always looked to Emma as a mother figure. I'm thinking that's why Abby, which was the stepmother of Lizzie and Emma, thinking that's why they were never close. Maybe there's more to the story, why Abby wasn't close to Lizzie and vice versa. What are you doing? What are you doing? How's it going? What's your name? I didn't even see her. Now, a short walk away from the Lizzie Borden house, just a couple blocks up, is the church that Lizzie Borden not only attended, but she worked here teaching children about the Lord. Name of this church, well, the former name of it was the Central Congregational Church of Rock Street. Now this is Rock Street right here. It's a one-way street. Now you may be wondering, like, okay, like it's not a church anymore, like what? Well, this is pretty interesting. This is actually a restaurant, and the name of the restaurant is called the Abby Grill. Now I'm not sure if that has anything to do with Abby Borden. Pretty sure it does. Now if you know who Aerosmith is, you know, Steven Tyler is the lead singer. Well, they actually filmed a music video here. Did you know that? No. Yeah, man. Not sure when it became the Abby Grill, but it was, you know, and I mean, this is an old piece of history, and it looks beautiful. James and I are trying to kill some time because there's people getting ready to go to sleep and stuff, so we wanted to wait a little bit later. Plus, I want to make this an official 3 a.m. challenge. We're gonna go and investigate the rest of the house. I'm gonna show you where Andrew Borden was murdered in the living room. We're gonna investigate the basement, investigate the whole 3rd floor. This is gonna be awesome, so let's get right into it. Oh.
What's going on?
Dude, it's going off like crazy.
Really? Oh, really?
Look. That EMF meter, like,
wow.
I actually...
That thing never goes off.
It never goes off.
It never really go off.
I've taken that thing in one of the most haunted places and it didn't even go off.
The minute we turn it on, it starts going crazy.
Wow. You might hear us whispering a lot up here. I just turned the air off. Reason being is because there's people sleeping in the next room. But it's getting really close to 3 a.m. I'm gonna whisper. I'm gonna talk really low. We're gonna explore the whole Lizzie Borden home. Back in the days, you know, Andrew Borden, you know, he lived a very simple life. The guy had money, but he was very frugal. I mean, how they took a bath was pretty primitive.
But look how it's shaped, bro. You can't put your booty on that. Could you imagine trying to squat on that thing?
They didn't have bathrooms in this house. So in the middle of the night, I know that there was a couple of flushable toilets in the basement, but during the middle of the night, like, they would have to go to the bathroom in something like this. If they were to take a bath, they would have to warm up the water. That would take a lot of time, and that's how there was no showering. So I could imagine that taking baths wasn't a daily occurrence. So, you know, in the summertime when it gets pretty hot, you know, they're probably pretty smelly. Maybe not though, I don't know. This is how they would bathe. That's more than likely what it looked like. You know, that's really not a lot of water. I mean, you know, think about it. So they would fill that up with some warm water, and yeah, it would kind of drain into that. So, I'm guessing they used to just bathe right here in their bedroom. This place is actually decorated very, very close to what it could have looked like.
Yeah, that's what she said. They tried to get it as close as it was.
Yeah, so, I mean, in the 1800s, this is what the Borden home... Bro,
what?
Look, it's going off like crazy. Dude, that EMF meter's going off like crazy. This place is so active. What the heck? Look at that. Now, I'm not sure if that's a picture of Abby. I'm pretty sure, but here is a picture of her, I guess it was her niece. And her name was Abby as well. I don't know why, but I feel something in this bathroom. It's not lighting up though. We were talking to the owners of the Borden home, and they told us that, you know, because they run a bed and breakfast here, they get to hear a lot of stories. There's cameras all throughout the house. They've captured stuff on camera. Of course, there's no cameras up here, you know, where, I mean, the first murder happened, and there's no camera in there. I mean, this whole entire house is haunted. But check this out. There was some people that stayed here, and they got so freaked out in the middle of the night that they just left. What happened was there was a lot of things happening. I'm not sure if it was in this room or not. The wife had said, man, if one more thing happens again in the middle of the night, like, we're leaving. And they ended up leaving, going and staying at another hotel down the street, and they came back in the morning, I guess, for their breakfast. But they were saying that the door handle was like started moving, like. I heard somebody walking up the stairs. It's really quiet in here. This is the 3rd floor. We're gonna go up there and explore. It's kind of nice about the 3rd floor is that no one rented any of the rooms up here, so we're pretty free to explore the entire 3rd floor. Sometimes people have reported children playing up here. This house originally was set up as a 2-family house, and the original owner would rent out the 1st floor to people, I guess, to help pay the mortgage. And he ended up selling it to Mr. Borden, and he converted the house back into a 1-family home. So the room that we're in right now, which is the master bedroom, that originally was a kitchen. But there's like I want to say like a playroom up here. Oh, this is it up here. Oh, wow. Oh, cool. Look, it's like the little black cat I saw outside earlier. At this spot, August 6, 1995, found 2 dead pigeons. Whoa. Oh, these are some of the other rooms. See, they're not rented out. Oh, cool. Look, no, this is the toy room. Alright, so this is the front of the house right there, and right underneath us, more than likely, is the room that Abby was murdered in. Pretty sure. So, whoa. Oh, look, it's one of those, see, I'm not 100% sure if that's a bathing pot or a potty pot. But here, I wanted to show you something kind of cool. So this is the very front of the house. And, oh, what's in here? Oh, I don't want to open that, never mind. But, okay, if you see that building right there to the right, it's actually a courthouse. And that's where Aaron Hernandez court sessions, you know, I don't know if you remember the NFL tight end that I guess was responsible for a murder. Like, that's where the court hearings were. I mean, at least, pretty sure the very first one. But yeah, there was another house directly across the street here too. A couple other houses too. And they're no longer there anymore. Oh, look, that's a... I've always wanted to, like, buy and live in a house that looked like that. It's really cool. Awesome. got blurry here. Pretty sure this is the... Oh! That's what they called it. The Fall River tragedy. This is awesome, man. It really is like a museum. I heard a noise. I mean, I hope James ain't in here trying to scare me or something. Came from in here. Are you messing around, James? Make my way towards the basement. I think that's where James is right now. But in a little bit, we're gonna actually do something pretty cool. We're gonna film ourselves sleeping, and I don't know if that's gonna be in this same video. More than likely, I'm gonna do a second part. You know, it's gonna be kind of like a little Lizzie Borden series, if you will, because we still have to even visit the cemetery, and I want to do some EVPs there. I would have gone there tonight, but they close it off. I mean, that's how popular this cemetery is. And there's a lot of Bordens buried there at the cemetery, but we're gonna go visit Andrew and Abby's cemetery plots or graves, and that's probably gonna be along with the video of us sleeping. James did a video of him sleeping here, and I think Lou, they actually slept in the room where Abby Borden was murdered. I hope we can get something similar tonight. If not, it's okay. We still got the cemetery to go to. Sorry, let's go to the basement. Got this. This is the room that Mr. Andrew Borden was murdered in. In fact, it was right in this area right here, right where that couch is. I'm getting a little blurry, sorry. What is that noise? Scared the crap out of me. Went ahead and turned on the light, and here you can see they have cameras all over the house. I'm sure they have a lot of footage of things happening throughout the house. We're gonna go in the basement here in a second. I think James is down there, or I think I might have heard him go outside because I don't think the noises I was hearing right now was James, because we're not on this side of the house. I don't know, could have been somebody going to the bathroom in the middle of the night. This is where Mr. Andrew Borden was murdered with a similar hatchet. How they determined it was a hatchet was because of, you know, all the injuries, and not only that, they ended up finding the hatchet, but it didn't have a handle on it. And that's what the, suspected murder weapon was. Here's a picture, and I'm sorry, it's a little graphic. That is the picture of Andrew Borden after he was murdered, and you could see That looks just like the couch. I mean, it's exactly the same way. I heard when they found him, part of his eyeball was cut in half. His nose was completely disconnected from his face. I mean, it was horrific. Blood everywhere. They have a replica skull of here. I'm going to share with you the history. It was pretty bad, but I guess this was kind of a surprise. The prosecution, after they buried the bodies, and this was top secret, they ended up removing the heads, and later on they brought it into court. Well, court was like almost a year later, but it supposedly caused like chaos in the courtroom. Lizzie Borden ended up passing out. There was women screaming in court. They were not expecting to show the heads of Abby and Andrew Borden. Pretty crazy. You can see they have a Ouija board there, and some dowsing rods, and some ghost hunting equipment. There's an EMF meter, and I think, yeah, here's another Ouija board. There's the skulls right there. That's the skull of Mr. Andrew Borden and Abby Borden right there, and they brought that into the court hearing. And here's replica skulls and a replica hatchet of, you know, what they found. You can see that 10 blows to the area, and she received 18 blows. I thought it was 19. Wow, that's insane. What's that noise? I thought I heard something in here. So in the morning, they do a really nice breakfast. That's what James said. Only problem is, oh gosh. All right, chill.
Who he is? Is that Omar?
Hey.
Oh, dude, I've been locked out here for like 15, 20 minutes.
Have you really?
Yes, I didn't want to knock on the door and you haven't been answering your phone. It must
Oh,
be
I'm
the
sorry.
room.
Yeah, I had my phone off. Ugh. I hate basements. Hey, leave this door open, okay? Man, for being the 1800s, they used to have, I mean, these are like pretty tall ceilings.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about bumping my head.
Now, this is what the toilets more or less would look like that they had down here. When the Bordens lived in this house, they did not have electricity. By the way, they didn't even have gas lighting. They had kerosene, which was kind of old school for that time. I mean, they had the money. I mean, they lived very humble, just to kind of show you. Pretty sure that's why Lizzie and Emma were, mainly Lizzie. So I heard she was not very happy. I mean, especially seeing our relatives living the life, and then, you know, they're living like really poor. James is gonna show us something cool.
When I were in here,
Uh-huh.
we heard a straight up whisper. It sounded like James. That came
Really?
from over there. It was crazy. Right here, look in there. Tell me if you see anything. Look straight ahead. What the hell?
Shh. Bro.
Somebody's walking up there. Everyone's sleeping.
What the hell?
We just came from a...
It is way too late. I haven't seen anybody. It stopped.
Dude, you never even seen it over here yet.
No.
Go look inside there.
Dude, what was that noise? It sounded like somebody was up here.
Somebody was walking, but then I heard a little bang. Look right here, though. Last time I told Omar to look right here, that noise started happening. No, leaking.
What's in here?
No, back up. Look on the wall.
Oh, dude, there's a face.
Yeah.
There's a freaking face.
Yeah, it's freaking.
What the hell?
Yeah, dude.
That almost looks like a man, like with a beard. Did you just say something?
Last time I was right here, one of those chairs moved up.
Bro, I don't know if I want to be down here. Straight up.
No, it's bad.
But we're still in the basement. We've been spending a little time down here. We wanted to go upstairs, but I mean, the noises stopped. It sounded like somebody was walking up there. It was the strangest thing ever. But anyways, I wanted to give you a little history on Mr. Andrew Borden. The guy was a grinder. I mean, any which way he could make money, he would make it. Andrew Borden's father was a fish peddler. And when his father ended up dying, if you don't know what a fish peddler is, you know, he had like a fish market, very hard workers. The Bordens in general here in Massachusetts, very wealthy family. Now, Andrew Borden's, you know, these Bordens were a little bit more humble. They were, I'm not going to say they were harder workers, because all of the Bordens were known for being very, very hard workers. And there's still Bordens today here in this area of Massachusetts. Well, anyways, when Andrew Borden's father passed away, he did try out doing the fish peddling thing and the fish market and stuff. Didn't work out. He got into carpentry. Believe it or not, he started building coffins for a living. And I mean, from that, it went to real estate investing, and then he became a president of a bank. He was not a very liked man. I mean, being that he was frugal and he had money and he had all of these investments, people did wonder if he was murdered by one of those business deals that happened to go bad. I lost James again. We're gonna go up there. I don't get creeped out very easily, but I have a really horrible feeling in this. Oh gosh, I feel like a draft of wind right now. Leave me alone. I know you're here. There's something evil in this house. This house needs a blessing. Really does. Oh. James and I are gonna start going into the attic now. I'm not sure how long this video is gonna be, but more than likely we're gonna be doing a second part to this video. I'm gonna record myself for several hours sleeping into the night. I think James is gonna do the same thing, and then we're gonna explore the cemetery as well as do some EVPs at the cemetery where the Bordens are buried. What rocking chair was moving?
You should have called right there. That one right there.
Oh yeah, I remember that with the dolls.
Oh, I just seen it move again.
Uh-uh.
Hold on. Oh, that is creepy. They move, like literally rock back and forth for like
Hey.
5 seconds.
Bro, did you turn the lights off up here?
No.
When I left here, the lights were on.
No, I didn't touch the lights. You're right, the lights were on in here.
Yeah, all the lights were on in here, like every single light.
Okay.
Are they on a timer? No. So what makes this story really unique is that women back in the day, I mean, it was unheard of for a woman to commit such an act. So, I mean, I'm not sure if maybe people felt sorry for her. I mean, what was that? I heard like a woman coughing or something. Well, anyways, if you didn't know this, really soon, I mean probably around the time I release this video, there's a movie coming out about Lizzie Borden, and I watched some of the previews to this movie. If you didn't know, like the girl from Twilight, it's called Lizzie. Be sure to check it out. But in that movie, I mean, there's all kinds of things that could have happened. I mean, people say that Lizzie's dad, Andrew, like was abusing her sexually, you know, and James was telling me right now that they were doing some EVPs, and something that came really clear up in their EVPs was the word rape. And I don't know, we're gonna try to ask right now, maybe ask that question. Some say that that's the reason why Lizzie had snapped. You know, I mean, she wasn't married, she was in her 30s. Did she ever get married? I don't think so. Yeah, she stayed single. She loved animals though, but there was even some talks of her hurting animals as a young girl. So she had some problems. She was very awkward in personality from what I hear. Wasn't somebody that you would introduce to your parents. You know, she didn't have a whole lot of friends. I mean, I don't know. It seems like she lived a pretty sad life. Sounds like somebody to me that was probably abused either mentally, physically, or both. So let's ask.
Whoa, what did I say?
I don't know. Oh, this temperature thing's freaking out right now.
What the hell? Who's with us here?
I heard a woman's voice. I heard a woman.
Last time I was here, you told me someone got raped here? Lizzie got raped? Whoa.
Did you really murder your dad and stepmom? What about Emma? Are you here with us, Emma? Did you have anything to do with it? Why weren't you here that day? She like mysteriously like wasn't here.
Whoa.
What the heck?
Dude, I've never heard that before. Is that Mr. Borden? Andrew, is that you, Andrew?
It sounds like it is.
Andrew, do you want to tell us anything?
Even though Lizzie was innocent or found innocent in a court of law,
Whoa.
people like felt like she still murdered them. You know what I mean? Like, what if Lizzie was innocent? Is Lizzie really innocent? Who moved the rocking chair?
Whoa.
What did it say? You know what? I mean, I like spirit boxes, but you won't see me use them a whole lot. I mean, I've gotten clear EVPs come through right through my camera. I'm pretty sure I even caught some today. I'm gonna go ahead and start concluding this video. I'm sure it's pretty long already. Make sure to check out my friend James the Fam. Link will be down below to two of his videos. One of his videos that he did here before I came to investigate, and of course his video that he is doing with me today. Go follow his channel. He's gonna have 4 videos total here. I'm gonna only have 2. But yeah, we're gonna start going to sleep here in a little bit. It's getting really close. I mean, we don't have a whole lot of time to sleep, by the way. Checkout's at 10 in the morning. So we're gonna go ahead and sleep as much as we can. And I'm gonna show you the cemetery as well. So hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to kiss that like button.
Bro, I swear I just seen something move over there in the doorway.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and start getting out of here.